So I was literally grinning from ear to ear when I was taking those corners, and
I was smiling inside my helmet and I was sitting on it. Everything fell into place. Hello TMK.
Hello, good evening, Baski.
You're sitting very close to your new and dear acquisition.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
And we are in Mufti.
We are.
We don't look like motorcyclists reviewing a motorcycle.
Yeah, we had a pretty good ride.
Yeah. What is this? Have you treated yourself to?
Oh, this one, this is my second ever bike. The first one, of course, is the Royal Enfield Thunderbird 500 cc.
Out of which you squeezed every possible drop of rupee out.
I did. Had I made my mind, I would have probably squeezed it more.
We didn't let you, I guess. TMK, you, me, and that sleepyhead Dirt Don didn't let you squeeze anything more out of that poor Royal Enfield Thunderbird of yours.
Yeah, it did what I bought it for. Again, it was the first ever bike, and it introduced me into motorbiking. So, and then it was a natural transition to move out of Royal Enfield after owning it for a good 9 years.
That's above average actually. Normally people 5 to 7 years is.
And then what other thing was the current trend is the ADVs, and it also I also got bitten by that bug. You know, I'm not someone who would own multiple bikes.
Single bike garage.
So, and then I wanted a bike which would fit in that role. The KTM ADV 250 came out just the right fit. Here it is.
Yeah, I like this color. It's a break from that boring orange and black of KTM. This color must be drawing attention wherever you go. It's a 2022 color, right?
It's a 2022 color, and not many people do recognize it's a KTM.
It's good in one way.
It's good in one way. One is the color combination, and two is, of course, the exhaust note. Both have changed from the typical KTM. And I was pleasantly surprised seeing this, and I didn't want to miss my chance to buy this. Interestingly, it was the first ever piece that the dealer had got, and then they were willing to partake with it, and then I was quick to pick it up.
So what did you shortlist before picking up this? Do you have a shortlist, or was it reasonably straight into this?
I did have the 310 GS in mind. I was also looking at the Himalayan. Of course, yeah, SD had just then launched their new set of bikes.
Yeah.
With all that in mind, I mean, I did take a look at that. I had done the Himalayan ones, you know, I rode it a few times. Okay, I felt I wanted to move away from Royal Enfield for a while and see how the rest of the lineup is, and then shortlisted on the KTM. The Thunderbird did a few things which this doesn't do. One is, this is a very, very busy bike. I'm not used to riding a busy bike like this.
Busy, the rider has to be busy.
The rider has to be busy.
Has to be on it.
This one demands attention.
Yep.
It's not like you sit on it and then you hold the throttle and then it takes you everywhere, right? This demands attention. It makes you ride it.
Demanding in a nice way.
Demanding in a nice way, definitely.
Not in an exhausting way. It doesn't tire you. You don't mean it that way, right? It demands attention.
It demands attention, concentration, everything. And then in a pleasant way, as you said, and then you would enjoy the ride. The vibrations otherwise is very low.
I was waiting for that word from a Royal Enfield owner, the vibrations. I'm glad you mentioned it, though it took you about 8 minutes into this video shoot to mention the vibration. So you must be really in love with your Royal Enfield. That was a Thunderbird 500?
It was a Thunderbird 500.
I think after 9 years, you have moved to the right motorcycle. It is more relevant. True. It is current, and I got a chance to ride it today. And I'm in love with this motorcycle. In this segment, to me, given a choice, I would just go for it. It is so smooth. It's slick. Everything about it is slick, very precise.
True.
There's no excess play anywhere. You run about 2,000 kilometers, right?
Just about
Just
2000.
about 2,000, and it's how many months old now? It's
Close to 2 months.
2 months old, yeah. So when I rode it on the highway, very, very, very happy. I was smiling inside my helmet when I was sitting on it. Everything fell into place. I had never ridden this earlier until this morning. So when I sat on it, normally I search for the pegs, to be sure. On a motorcycle, never sat on where the pegs are. Then feel for the levers, then all the controls. This just kind of went plop. Everything was right there. Right away, I was confident to ride it freely.
That was my experience as well. I didn't find an abrupt transition to the KTM. Otherwise, the Thunderbird 500 is a typical RE.
Very specific machine, right?
Very specific
It's a very unique character. Nothing comes close.
And then when I started riding this, I felt okay. I naturally transitioned or moved to what should have been the next one.
What's the biggest change you had to make in your riding? The top two biggest things that you had to really work on to get used to riding this?
One is the way I sit. As I said, it demands that attention. You have to be attentive even in your posture.
It's not this.
It's ready to race, as they say, right? Yeah, it's exactly that. Yeah. And two is the how I shift the gears, and then how the throttling responds, right? Those two things are something which I found as a major shift or a difference between my old one and this one.
Good. I'm very happy to see you on this motorcycle.
Sure.
Though you were not, you were equally fast on your Thunderbird 500. You're probably a little slower on this. You're still.
I'm getting used to it. I'm getting
the hang
used
of
to
what it can do. It's a brilliant motorcycle. Excellent choice. I rode it. Kaukora rode it, and Dirt Don also rode it today. So maybe Dirt Don can share a couple of words about how he felt on the KTM 250 adventure.
Hi TMK.
Hello Dirt Don. Wonderful riding with you today morning, and you did ride the ADV 250 today.
Yes.
So tell me, what's your experience? How did you feel? You have been riding quite a few bikes, and then you have a recent acquisition as well.
Yes.
So tell us about what you feel about the ADV
definitely.
250.
Let me first congratulate on you buying an ADV 250.
Thank
you. You know what? I think this is more of a seesaw like what you have sat on. Like, the one side is Thunderbird 500 and the other side is ADV 250. There's total different extreme situations. One is slow cruising and this is on the boil. You'll have to be on the throttle. What's the switch over like that? What was the seesaw about that?
I was telling Baski a few minutes back, and then I wanted to transition from the lazy riding to to be the next ever choice, right? So this bike came in there as a right fit.
Yeah, I did ride this motorcycle KTM 250. Yeah, it was a unique experience, Like I did also buy recently a 310 GS, so I am speaking in comparison with my 310 GS than any other motorcycle.
Right.
So what I found was this motorcycle is very fast, it's very refined, and it rides very well. The concern for me is it is too smooth, it's too refined. For someone, maybe I'm an old schooler, I'm more used to a lot of feedback coming from the motorcycle, a lot of vibrations, something, where you gear down, it gives some feedback. For me, nothing happens. It's more like going in a, I don't know whether I can put it right where it's like an electric motorcycle. It just goes like that. Nothing wrong about that. That's how refined it is, but it's individual choice. But beautiful motorcycle. Congratulations on it. I think I touched almost 130 kmph on that. What was your top speed on this?
I did a good 138. It does what it does, as you rightly said. At the same time, maybe it's it's pretty new and you're not getting that feedback or something. It's.
And then one more thing which I noticed was because probably my arms are too long, I am too tall, I can't stand and ride on this in any difficult situation where I have to stand. I can't hold on to that, hug the tank and ride it. It's a difficult situation for me. I can't stand and ride on this motorcycle. And what mileage do you expect from this motorcycle? What are you getting?
I use it both for my daily commute as well as all the pleasure trips that I have with you guys. Hoping it would be around 32 to 35.
Who will ask Kokoro on his comments, like I think he's also written, he will have some interesting comments to say. Kokoro, please come.
He's had quite a few bikes in his table, so
Yeah.
his comments would be really interesting.
Yeah, okay.
Hey TMK,
Hello.
congratulations.
Hey.
So finally you made the cut.
Indeed, I pleasant change, as I have been saying.
When I rode your bike today, when we were coming in on those smooth 4-laners, I was actually in a dilemma. Are the roads that smooth, or is it the machine that is actually making the roads look so smooth? I mean, I could never sense, there's very little feedback. You pull in the clutch, you upshift, and only when you release the clutch and when you open up, the surge that comes in, everything in this machine is very, very smooth.
The riding experience has been totally different on this. In this segment of all the ADV bikes, this has a more stiffer suspension. We spoke about the 310 GS, that is a lot more supple compared to this one. You can talk about your X-Pulse. That's more comfortable, suited for both the tarmac as well as off-road. This makes you feel at the bottom. When I mean that, it's the suspension.
Yeah,
part.
possibly. I think the only grouse, if at all, I have on this bike from whatever I rode today, I think it's the suspension, because I kind of feel it's a bit stiff. Anyways, I seriously wish you good luck with the bike, and I hope you log much more kilometers, and may that smile be wider, because I was literally grinning from year to year when I was taking those corners, and it's a lovely machine to own, and heartfelt congratulations.
Thank you so much. Look forward for riding with you more, and then I'm sure this bike is going to make it even more pleasurable experience.
Okay guys, I think that should be more of the initial observations from TMK. Hopefully going forth, we'll get to hear from him more, the pluses and the minuses of the bike. So till then, happy motorcycling.
Bye-bye.
This man doesn't look like he can do 140. He's a silent killer.